Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 18 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Minecraft 1.21. Today, I think my plan is going to be to get a little bit of power going on. I'd really like to get an AE system. Cool. I got fuel going. Also cool. And what's cool about this fuel is I have a fuel generator to turn it into forge energy. I have one thing that I don't really have, and that is pipes. So there's a couple options I could go with. Option one, we could delve into power a little bit, which has a bunch of different cables for transferring power around the world. They also have batteries, which is nice, so like a way to store energy. And they have ender batteries, which are like wireless power. So all those three things combined would be really super nice to have. That said, I have other options if we want to go that route. Laser IO has the ability to transfer things. What is that? Oh, that's mechanism lasers. I was going to say, why do I have a broken texture in my mod? There's another mod with the word laser in it. Okay, that makes sense. So Laser IO has the ability to transfer energy. It can transfer things between blocks, and it can transfer cross-dimensionally, if I so choose. So that's an option, right? We could also delve into mechanism. Mechanism, totally a very cool and powerful mod for energy and all such things. That said, when I do my Let's Play like this, I kind of like to have a sense of progression. Other packs I'll like speed run right into like mechanism day one. That's why I'm like waiting, like we're on episode 18, I don't have an AE system yet, right? Because I'm like taking my time and going through the early game mods so that I get to experience and play with them before I get to the late game where there's like, like, oh yeah, I've got like crazy quantum armor. Let's check out like, the very early, like beginning game of earlier mods. So like different mods have different power levels in my mind. And like, this is not written down anywhere. There's no documentation as to which mod comes after which. But in my mind, and having played for as long as I have, I consider different mods to have different tiers, if you will. So I think Mechanism is more end-gamey. I think Applied Energistics is more mid-gamey. So I'd like to have some kind of way. Now, Just Dire Things does have a way to kind of like transfer power around the world. And I might check that out, but it's called the Energy Transmitter, and it requires a Celestigem. That said, it's like a wireless power thing, which is kind of cool. But we'll check it out, in the future. Okay? But for now, what we're going to do, I think, is get into power. Because I'm going to need some cables. I wouldn't mind a battery to store energy in, and maybe a few other things. So, without further ado, let's jump right into power. So to get into power, you're going to need to know the recipes. And the recipes are currently a little bit broken. So apologies for that, but they should hopefully be fixed by the time you're watching this video. I would hope by the time this video is released, because I record a little bit in advance, as you know, these recipes should be, for the most part, fixed. So basically, power requires a couple things to get started, and I'm going to note them. And I'm keeping my like spells that I kind of want to get up here, but a lot of these I didn't have the recipe stuff for. So I'm going to circle back to that at some point. Now, there is a book if you want to get the power manual. But the main things you usually want to start with is a basic capacitor. You're going to need that. In order to make those, you're going to need dielectric paste, which is kind of like the base item for everything in the mod. In addition, most of the blocks are going to require this thing in the center, which is dielectric casing, which is made using dielectric rods. There's the normal one, the vertical one, and then the horizontal. And you can craft them between each other. So, you can craft them between each other, no problem. But like the main way to get them is with some more dielectric paste and some iron bars. So we're going to need, a healthy amount of resources. What I want to eventually work towards getting is, let's start with the hardened tier is where I'm going to aim for. And the hardened tier needs energized steel, which I think is iron and gold. It's a combination of it. Normally, there'd be a recipe right here. This is the recipe that's broken. But like I said, hopefully we'll get it fixed up. In order to make that, we're going to need some energized rods. Okay. Now, this is the hardened tier, so it needs hardened rods. But basically, like everything in power has a starter, followed by basic, followed by hardened, followed by blazing, followed by niotic, followed by spirited, followed by nitro tier. So every block has this, and most of the items do too. So as you can see, there's capacitors of each tier. There's batteries that you can have in your inventory of each tier. There's storage energy cells of each tier, and basically like they get better, right? So the starter energy cell can store 1,000,000 energy. The basic one can store 4,000,000. The hardened can store 10, and then 40, and then 100, and then 400, and then 2 billion. Okay. Same for the ender cells. There's different tiers of them, and those, the higher they are, the more RF per tick or forge energy per tick they can transfer. And then cables, same deal here, right? So there's basic and hardened and all that stuff. So I might jump into the hardened tier. I feel like hardened's kind of a nice one to go. And what we could do is we could jump right to blazing, because like blazing is cool because it's like after hardened, and it uses blaze rods, and we have a blazing gateway. So we could like get lots of blaze rods, and that would be kind of cool. So I might jump to blazing. We'll see. We'll see. Blazing's kind of like not a bad way to jump to, but we're gonna have to start with the basics first before we quite get there. So energy cell blazing, energizing rod blazing, and we're also gonna need the energizing orb, which again will need a lot of dielectric paste. So let's go upstairs and figure out dielectric paste is clay and blaze powder or lava, right? You can use whichever one you want, and a bunch of coal. Or charcoal, for that matter. So you can totally use charcoal if you have like a bunch of wood from a tree farm that you abandoned and stopped paying attention to many episodes ago. Yeah, if you have that, then you could totally get that going. That you accidentally burned down and then never replanted. Yeah, that one. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, are you guys all cool with the... Yeah, you are. Right click. What's up? Oh, that's beautiful. Still fallen leaves, misbehaving. There's always going to be one little block that decides, you know, he's broken. That's okay. We will forgive. All is good. And I'm just going to trash all this junk because I really don't need it. I'll hang on to the bones. Bones is good. What I should do is just fill in this terrain. Do I have enough dirt to fill that in? We're going to find out. I'm going to say yes. Hey, Building Gadget, would you do me the honor of placing dirt in the world for me? That would be cool. I'm going to put you in surface mode and fuzzy surface mode. So that should be cool. That should be cool. And good. You fill in, and then boom. Now we have a much nicer terrain. And I might even fill some of this in as well. Just because I can, and maybe even a little bit more. That looks much better. Okay. So now that that's all taken care of, I can put my dirt away. We'll trash what few seeds we did collect. And then I want to replant my tree farm. I should set up like an automated-ish tree farm, and you can, by the way. I've shown you most of what you would need to do a tree farm, a basic one at least, from Just Dire Things. So what you could have is a sensor, a block placer, a block breaker, and my ferrocore axe, or a blaze gold axe for that matter. You can automate a tree farm that way, because you can sense when the tree grows into wood, and then you can chop down the tree, and that's kind of cool, right? Now you are top tiered, right? That's neat. I got an idea for something I want to do. Where are you? Do we have enough? Not really. All right, I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna do that piece later. What I'm gonna do instead is have this stuff ready to go, and then let's check out how we are for blaze rods. We're like pretty good on blaze rods. Is there like a cool way I can get like more blaze powder? That's better than what I'm currently doing. So that's just 2. Is there anything ooh, you know what I could do? You crush glyph 3 with a chance to get a 4th. I might go that route. And I have this glyph, so I could do that, right? Oh, mage gear. I wanna borrow my mage's spellbook anyway. So let's say that we had Boar's Snare. Let's make you crush. And you're going to be touch. And you're going to be, you can search by the way, crush. Right? And then if I drop you on the ground and I right click you, you don't do anything. Maybe I should throw an AoE on it? Didn't you say you could crush glyph this? Crush glyph. Turn stone into gravel and gravel will also crush flowers into bonus item. Needs sensitive to work on items. For full recipe support. Needs sensitive to work on items. Sensitive. Do I have sensitive? I do. Hey there, that's cool. Oh, that is beautiful. That is something else right now. I like that. That's gonna be cool. I'm gonna favorite this. Like, I know I had it in my mage's gear, and that's okay. I can still use my spellbook when I'm not doing Ars Nouveau stuff, right? I think so. So that gets me a bunch of that, and then I need a bunch of clay. So I have enough to get started, but I don't have a ton, but that's okay. I think that's a good starting point for what I want to do. And then we'll save this blaze powder for the blazing crystals that we're going to need for the next tier stuff. Cool. Then I'm probably going to need some iron bars. So I'm going to need some iron. And I know I'm going to need some redstone and probably some quartz. And that'll be a good start to what I'm doing. So, definitely going to need you. Let's get 4 of these so we can quickly make a bunch of basic capacitors. Cool. I'm just going to turn a bunch of this into here. Let me get like this many-ish. That seems like a good number. And you can always just take half of them and turn them into the other type of thing. Cool. All right, so that works. And then we're going to need some dielectric casings. Let's get like 4 of them, and I'm sure I'll need more in a bit. I might need more iron, and if I do, I can always go mining for it. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so that's the basics of Powa, right? Now, if we want to transfer energy around, we're going to need some basic energy cables, or we can just jump straight into, like, we'll bypass starter, and we'll jump right into basic. Because most things, I think you can do that with. There's a few things you have to craft the basic with to get started, but, like, it will be fine. Now, for blazing, you're going to need either the prior tier, or you can go straight into what you want to make. We'll decide which one's the better course of action there in a bit. But we'll start with basic, because, frankly, 2,000 RF per tick or FE per tick is more than enough for me to start. Okay? I think that that's fine. But we will probably want to get energizing orbs. And can I get basic without having a starter? No. And for that, we're going to need tinies. So let's get 3 of these. I like that. I like 3. So 3. And then you're going to need 1, 2, 3. Oh, we already have. Okay. That's fair. And then we're going to need basics. I'm going to need 3 of those. Now, before you can go anywhere else with this mod, you're going to have to get into the energizing orb, which, let's see, do you have any recipes? You don't. You don't, which is a bummer. So I'm going to have to, like, look them up. Now, they might be in the Powa manual. We could always check. It's a super cheap recipe, but we should be able to do this. I'm going to put away you for the minute. Is there anything else I don't really need? Power manual. Okay. So, let's see. Do you have recipes in you? Item, functional blocks, storage, materials. I'm not seeing a whole lot by way of. I think this is not showing you recipes. Do you have the recipes in here? Not really. I was hoping it would be in here. If it's not, I'm just gonna have to Google it. I know some of them off the top of my head. Like, I'm pretty sure the blazing, this stuff, the blazing crystals, is just for, but well, let's go find out. Is that fair? Okay, I'm cool with that. So where should I set up this crafting thing, right? We could have it, like, right at this window. I'm okay with that, right? I'm cool with it being at the window. Sweet. All right, so energizing rods, basic. Okay, what they could be is I kind of like them like that. I don't think that's too far away, but we'll find out. Now, what's cool about these is they can store power. So if you have like a power generating thingy, I think they'll charge from your inventory. But I might be wrong about that. Okay, and when you look at them, it'll tell you how much energy. It's right here. See it there? Stored 0 out of 40. Now that might be a little far away, but we'll deal with that problem when we get to it. All right, now what I'm going to do is plop down my generator, and he should be draining energy out and sending it into these guys. So see how they're filling up? Now they're at 40,000 each. Okay, that's cool. Now I'm just going to stick 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure that's it. And you'll see it charging up. And the lasers are using their power to convert that for me. Blazing power crystal. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking good. Not bad at all. Now what I could do... actually, I don't need to go upstairs for that. I could make another tank. Okay. And tanks can store fluids, and I can just do that. And it'll drain all the fluid out of this tank and fill it up into this one. And you'll notice that, like, there was a bunch of fluid in the pipes here. So the pipes were backstuffed on fluid. That's why we had, like, another 16-ish that were available there. There's probably about 16 pipes underground would be my guess. That's pretty cool, right? And this guy had a bunch of fluid in him, too. So we had, like, a ton of blazing, which is really kind of cool. And you're gonna, you know, you've got a little bit of polymorphic. I could make a little bit more. I'll hold off. Now this dude, what we could do, I probably don't need you anymore. Okay. But maybe at some point we will. I'm gonna put you in my backpack to hold me over. Now what I could do... Where's those fluid pipes? Did I put them away? I did. Now I think you guys will be all kinds of cool. Good job. Can I shift right click you, or do I need the mechanism doohickey to change? I mean, I may need the mechanism doohickey to toggle you, but let's see. Nope, that just picks it up. Both, fill, empty, both. There is a way to make this auto dump, but I think you need mechanisms configurator, if I'm not mistaken. That is makeishable. Steel. Is there a sneaky way to get steel that I don't have to go through the mechanism tree? There's steel ore from Stellaris. Don't think I've seen any of that. Steel dust, which is probably not super doable. Trying to avoid mechanism right now, if I can. I'm not seeing a good way to get steel. So, as much as I like the fact that this recipe changed, the configurator, I don't think there's a good way for me to get steel ingots just yet. Okay. I don't think we've seen deep slate steel, right? I'm almost certain we haven't. I got to imagine that's like another planet thing, because Stellaris is a mod that adds other planets. Okay. So what I'll have to do then is a piece of paper and a hopper. We're gonna have to do it this way. Okay. Not the end of the world. I was just hoping to do it a slightly cooler way. Right? So now that's extracting, and that's going into here. And that's super cool. And he's going to generate power for me. Now, good note about the simple fuel generator, it will not waste fuel. It's going to constantly drain 1 millibucket per tick, basically. So see how it's constantly draining 1 millibucket per tick? And this thing produces like 450 FE per tick. So pretty cool. We don't have to worry about the FE per tick being wasted. So if there's like 10 FE missing from the buffer, it won't burn fuel. If there's 200 FE missing, it won't burn fuel. Once it hits 450 FE missing, it'll use a millibucket to fill itself back up. Cool? Alright, so now I should relatively easily be able to get a bunch of blaze rods turned into blazing crystals. That looks good to me. I'm going to craft a little bit off camera and be right back. So for the record, it's probably technically cheaper to do it this way, because this is fewer blaze rod. Like, yeah, definitely cheaper to do it this way. All right, so if I want to get a blazing energy cell, I'm going to need 2 hardens, which means I'm going to have to go down the hardened path a little bit. So I'm pretty sure that's just iron and gold, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's right, though. Iron and gold? Yep. And luckily that one's a little bit better because you get 2 per craft, so that's not so bad. Now, if I want this dude, I'm going to need 4, 8. I get 2 of them per craft. So I should be cool. But I need 16 because I'm going to need, yeah. That should be good. Okay. Let's see how we make out. I'm going to need probably more of these. Shouldn't be too bad. And then we want, so we're going to need 2 hardens, which is going to need 2 basics, which is going to need, there we go. So let's split this. We're going to need a lot of these. Okay, so we're going to need 2 basics. 1. Oh, we're going to need more of those, which means more redstone. Oh, I'm pretty good on redstone. Inventory space, not so much. Redstone, yes. Inventory space is a problem that Future Dire will deal with. So yeah, let's get more capacitors, because we kind of always need more of these anyway. Yeah, it should be fine. Oh, are we low on iron again? We are. Sounds like a typical Dire problem. Well, I may have to go mining. We're going to find out how far I can get. So, basic. Yep, I totally need to go mining. Okay, mining it is. I'm going to, like, quick and dirty for some iron mine. I'm going to just, like, go look for a little bit of iron and then come right back, because I don't want to do a whole mining expedition right now. I'll be back in a few after I head through my mining caves. Cool. Hey, look, there's a slime chunk around here somewhere. What's up, little buddy? This is what I do. I just there's a huge cave under my base here, and I just kind of like wander aimlessly. I don't even light it up because it's like way too big, right? I just kind of wander aimlessly, grab whatever resources I happen to need at the moment. Generally, it's iron and coal and gold. Those are the 3 main resources that I've been using a lot of lately. And I just found a couple of nice iron veins. And I'm almost done, so that's cool, right? Just this is for the few people who still to this day will say, "Dire, are you sure you don't just cheat? Like, you don't show your mining on camera. You sure you're not just cheating?" Yeah, I'm not cheating. I do all my mining off camera because generally I feel like you guys don't want to see me mine. Like, I could spend like a whole. Sometimes I'll spend like an hour just under here mining a bunch of stuff. I don't think you guys want 2 episodes of Dire Mines, right? Generally not. All right, so you guys go away. Actually, that's a healthy amount of coal that I... You know what's awesome? Fortune. Fortune is awesome. Like, end of story. Just super the bomb. You know what else I need to do? I need to get warp scroll. I need to get better warp scrolls. I have to remind myself to do that. But yes, all right, you guys go in here, okay? And then eventually I'll cook up this gold as well. And then you guys can go away. You know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to put my coal right in here. And then I'll start making more dire coal. It is called dire coal. I think it's in the code. I think did I leave it that way? Raw, let's see, F3H. Does it show me the raw coal T1? I thought it was cold. No, maybe let's call it coal T1, T2. I thought I had called it dire coal. Maybe I didn't. I forget. What was I making? Oh, that's right. Another one of these, please. Cool. And then you guys can upgrade So you need like these fat capacitor things, which are cool. I'm going to toss you on the ground. Let's put away... What can I clean up? You can go away. I don't need quite this much iron. I'm probably done with you for now. And that's enough organizing. And I probably don't need you anymore, because I kind of know how this mod works. I'm just pretty good with it. Okay, so hardened capacitors, I just need one of those for now. And then that'll get me a 1, 2. And then I need another batch. And I'm going to need another set of you guys, which means more of you. Okay. And I just kind of want to jump to like this middle tier position because it's a good place to be at. Trust me. Okay. And then you guys, so I'm going to need 2 more of you. So now I've got 2 hardens and I can combine them. That's going to be you. You combine into that, and then you upgrade into that. Sweet! Blazing energy cell. Holds a lot of power, which should be fun. So I'm going to actually break you, stick you there, and then on the up face, we're going to let you extract. And on the bottom face, you're going to receive. And this guy had like a decent buffer of 5 million FE. You'll notice he has a much bigger buffer than this guy, which is 1 million. So, like, he's definitely the next tier. I don't have any more generators yet, but I do have ideas on some that I want to make. They will, you know, be cool. But for now, we have, like, a nice little, you know, bunch of stuff. Now, Power also has its own power generators. We might check some of them out. But not right now. Because I'm checking out, you know, I'm, like, half-testing my own mod to kind of see how the balance feels. And so far, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, you know, overall, not bad, I think, in terms of balance. Like, could always be more balanced, but, you know, I think it's, you know, you guys have to let me know. You know, things are definitely, I don't think anything's overpowered, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anything's, like noticeably overpowered, right? We'll see. Speaking of noticeably overpowered, I need to recharge one of my favorite items is this Blaze Jet Wand. I am very pleased with how that played out. Also, it's kind of fun doing the whole lava repair mechanic. I like that. I found, you know, yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys think, but I'm pretty happy with it. All right, cool. So you're going to build up a bunch of energy, which I'm pretty sure if I break this, he's going to retain this energy, right? Oh, goodness, I hope so, now that I did that. Yes! Okay, good. Whew. That would have been a very sad dire. So you guys are stopped because you don't have... why are you placing water? Why do you even have water in you? You should not have water in you. I think I know what's happening. And it's because... There we go. This dude is set to pick up when low. So if, like, this thing loads before this guy, or, like, there's a little bit of a race condition here, where, like, this guy doesn't detect... Yeah. So we're going to have to, like, tweak how this thing picks up, basically. I'll come up with a solution at some point. Sweet. How's my pickaxes doing, by the way? They will break. They take durability damage, so be awares. Let's get more fuel cooking. About 10, and I'll save a blaze. Might as well just go for broke rate. Just do it all. We got another batch coming anyway. I might boost this a little bit. I might make it do 8. I don't know. It doesn't seem terrible, to be fair. It could be cool. Meh. Because at some point, Blaze Gold, like, you're not going to need it as much. Like, once you've made the tools, you don't really need Blaze Gold for much of anything else. There's not a whole lot that Blaze Gold makes you. You know, aside from the energy transmitter It is nice for the Totem of Death recall. I haven't checked out the portal gun yet. That's the advanced one. It needs a Celestia gun, though. But there is a basic portal gun. That's kind of fun. This one. Yeah, he's cool. He's fun. We should check him out. Should we check him out? I think so. I don't think it would be hard to check out at this point. That ain't terrible. And you guys are on pause because you filled up your polymorphic fluids. Nice. Okay, cool. And why aren't you running? Because you put water here for some reason. Right. Now we're good. Now everybody's going to behave themselves again. So yeah, this guy picking up water is a problem. We're going to need probably a separate sensor for him. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. All right, so now we've got power storage, we've got power generation, and we have some decent cables. This is a good start to our power needs. That means that probably next episode we can get into Applied Energistics. Let me check where I am episode-wise real quick, because I want to see, should we play with stuff or hold off? I'll be right back. No, it's pretty much the end of the episode, so let's do that. Let's wrap up. We'll come back next time. I'm going to put the portal gun... It's kind of a fun toy, but it has its uses. The basic one, that is. The advanced portal gun, super cool. The basic portal gun, more of a fun toy. Okay? That's why its recipe is not super expensive. But the advanced portal gun, a lot more fun. Alright, for now, Dalton20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We'll come back next time and play a little bit more with all these mods. I think Applied Energistics is probably going to be next, though, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. For now, take it easy.